I would like to preface this video by saying that I originally designed two paddle boards using an Etsy template for the paddle board that you buy from the Dollar Tree, which is what you'll see later. I pretty much scrapped all of that video and that entire tutorial because my computer has to be able to print borderless, excuse me, my printer, in order for this specific template to work, and it just was not wide enough across the sides. I needed it to be more like a 9.5 versus an 8.5 by 11. So I had to improvise and redo this entire thing in landscape mode and pretty much, just come up with something for the very bottom handle. So just stay tuned if you guys are interested in seeing how I did do this.
We're going to start off in Canva and we are going to do a custom size, which is an 8 or an 11 by 8.5, which will give us a portrait or, excuse me, a landscape mode. I decided to do something like adding an element, which was I said football, and you can see all of these different images. I chose this one initially and I just right clicked it and set it as my background image to take up the entire background. All right. So then also I went to my uploads. These were images that I've already had. So I'm just going to go to edit this image and remove BG to make it transparent. Also, the thing that I noticed when I did my first print was that this did get slightly cut off. Um, I think this is the center. So I'm going to do this. I'm not going to drag it from corner to corner since this is now a landscape. If this had been 8.5, like the other mode, portrait mode, I could have dragged it all the way across the top. But if I could print borderless, but I can't print borderless on my F1 set. Let's continue to add images. These are images of Corey, my son. He is no longer number two, but I just wanted to show you guys how I did these. We're going to edit the image and do BG remover once again. We're going to make his image much smaller. This one as well. And I'm going to right click and duplicate his image and just put it on the other side. And they both images appear to line up. We want to click on flip and we're going to flip it horizontally to almost give the illusion that he's looking at himself or what have you. Um, all right. And then I wanted I went in to add a text and up here I just did like sports. And the first one that popped up was this one here called Sports World. And I'm just going to customize that, turn it print white so that I can see what I'm doing. And in all caps, your person's first name. And I'm going to move it up here. I'm also going to make it larger. And then I'm going to right click on there and duplicate it and just drag it down like pretty much right beneath it. And then do last name, which is much larger. Um, and we can play around with the color. You can change your color here. So I can do this, select your color, go there. Also, you can go to effects and you can do an outline. If you want to do an outline color, you can do a shadow. You can echo, and I do like the echo a lot. So I'm going to stick to my echo. And then up here again, you can choose to do, you can hollow out your wording. So I can do that for the first name. I could, splice it and make it a different color, um, like so. Or we could do black in the inside, which doesn't give it that pop since the background is dark. Uh, I could do, I can go up here and find a color, which there really isn't a color for me to do, with the exception of that, the uniform itself. We could do that. Um, so yeah, you could play around with the splicing. The splicing is really cool. It's just not what I was going for with the image. We're now going to download this as a it says PDF print, best for printing. But then they also have like the PNG. So I really don't know which one is best. I am going to do a PDF since I'm printing in Adobe. So I'm just going to download this, and let's bring up my Photoshop Core 1. And so we're going to start over. So you're going to go to your Adobe. I'm going to do custom 11 by 8.5. And we're going to import our image over. I have it set to fit to the page. And all of this stuff should be correct. Click on OK. And now everything translates over. And that's what it should look like. If you're doing this for a customer, just be sure to save this like as an actual PDF. You can like save it like this and email it to them to show them approve. And if there are some things that need to change, your client or customer, child, whoever can change it here. I don't know about this. Like I said, I just did something real quick, but this could be too busy for you. Again, this is where the handle will be, and you'll be able to, you really won't see this very much anyway. But anywho, I'm going to go ahead over to my printer. See, I know personally I don't need to change anything, so I'm just going to print. All right. And it says it's going to be larger, proceed anyway, and I will see you guys for the second part of this video.
All right, so while we have our image printing, I just want to show you all the paddle that I'll be using for the fan. Is from the Dollar Tree. You can find it over like in the school section, like education section, over possibly by the arts and crafts. When I went, my particular store only had 2 in stock, and that's what I grabbed. But it's just called a dry erase paddle, and it's the one that looks like this. Okay, that's it. So I'm going to take this out of the packaging and wait on our prints. All right, y'all. So here's now our other print off. Okay. So as you can see, everything is pretty much level, like how it needs to be, with the exception of this little bottom part, which I'm not too concerned about. And I will show you all why momentarily. But before we can put this on, so like sublimate this, because this isn't actually like a sublimation textile, we have to add some laminate paper to it, okay? If you were gonna do 2 of these, I would recommend like just kind of maybe folding it up. If you were gonna do both sides, which I might do both sides, so y'all will see. Let's just go ahead and laminate both sides just to do it. And let's take this over to the heat press. I'm only going to press it for 20 seconds at 385 degrees. That is it. And be sure that you have some butcher paper down, because you don't want anything melting onto your heat press. And I just bought these. I'll figure out where I got these from and link it below. I know I got it from Amazon, but it's pretty easy to just use it like this instead of using like a roll of lamination. But if that's all you got, just do it that way. Yeah, so I'll be right back. Hello. So here it is. It's hot, but laminated nonetheless. I'm looking for my X-Acto knife, and then we can go from there. But I'm gonna just trim this out around the edges. I'm gonna fast forward this or just skip to the next part, just to like for time's sake, okay? I just came across something so clutch. This is actually one of my embroidery pair of scissors, and you see how it slightly curves like this? Well, that allows me to just kind of go right along these edges without cutting the board itself, but getting right up on that plastic to cut that off. Look, you're seeing the other side, but there's nothing there on this first layer. So I'm gonna just finish trimming all of this out around, especially in these intricate spaces like this, with believe it or not, some doggone embroidery scissors. See how I just cut this piece off right clean off? So I'm just gonna finish this and I'll meet you guys back. All right, so now we are all trimmed out. And I ain't gonna hold y'all, like, I don't know if it's quite worth it. I don't know how many of these you all make or will be making, but yeah, it's gonna be a labor of love. And that's that on that. I did tear it here going around that curve, but I think that when I go to sublimate it again, it's most likely just gonna mold back down. But we're gonna see, aren't we? When I go to put this on, okay, hold on. I'm gonna do the part that I messed up first. The side, okay. So this is gonna go down like so. And there's this little piece down here that's like all missing. What I was thinking about doing, that way I'm not ruining. I don't know, y'all. That's gonna kind of be close enough. That's gonna have to be close enough, girlfriend. So with that being said, make sure that where's my tape? I'm always got things where they don't belong. It's gonna kind of take. And y'all gotta remember, these are parts that the paddle isn't gonna touch anyway, these outer corners. So if you see me speeding this up, it's nothing to see here. That's why. Trying to be respectful of people's time, honey. Time is money. All right, so slide this bad boy back down. Do y'all see that? Can you see that? We're gonna put this on our heat press at 385 degrees for about 45 to 50 seconds. I don't want it to overdo it because y'all know this like cardboard type material, it'll warp on you quickly. So even after I do this, I'm probably sit something very heavy on top of it, so it'll dry flat. I don't know if y'all ever did that before, but all right, be right back. So here it is on the printer, on the heat press. I'm going to slide that over, and I don't think it's necessary, and I'm going to pull this down. All right, y'all, so I just slid the whole piece off, and yeah, let's just take our tape off. And that tape held well because this is laminated, so it's just pulling up off of there. And I feel like another piece. It won't lift up. Ouch. It's hot, so be very, very careful. Bam. There it is, y'all. There it is. I feel like something wonky was going on with my lamination right here on the edge, but I'm not gonna worry about it. It's not perfect, but I mean, you get the gist. It looks great. Let me ask Corey what he thinks about it. 1 second. Come look at this. Would you be embarrassed if I had this for your football games? Not this. I know this is old numbers and stuff, but like, if I made that. Do you like it?
Yes, ma'am.
I got you recording. You are so like unenthusiastic.
I just woke up.
I know. Well, anyways, it's 11 o'clock. He's just waking up, y'all. But Am I gonna do the other side? No. Will I do it later? Yes. Because I do want to be able to take this to his game. And also, just as I suspected, that piece where that lamination came up, there it is right there. You can barely tell. But yeah, I love this. And if you guys found this helpful, don't forget to give me a little thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you all next time. Bye.